I hear it. There's a theme song.
MonoCast,
I gotta share this.
blessed as real fast. MonoCast, blessed as smoke some grass in the gas. I don't care what you do, long as you're filled with goo. MonoCast, blessed as smoke some grass in the past. I don't care what you do, long as you're filled with goo. MonoCast, yeah. MonoCast, blessed as, yeah. Real fast. MonoCast, blessed as smoke some grass in the gas. I don't care what you do, long as you're filled with goo.
Yay! Welcome to MonoCast. And we have Dr. Harley Quinn, the doctor of taints, Mr. Taint Surgeon himself, in the house. The king of taints.
Oh God, the king. You know, I'm well. What I like to think of myself as is like the the clown prince of taints. So, what's going on with you this week, buddy?
Oh, just scrambling to exist, just running around working and shit like that. Something I did not mention that happened maybe 2-3 weeks ago was there was this old man on the median begging for change. He was probably like 65 years old, like skinny as a rail, alcoholic, like alcohol eating away every inch of his body. And he's fucking like twerking on the median, twerking, trying to get tips. I'm like, who the fuck wants to see you twerk, dude? And he was probably 50, but he looked like he was 65 or 70, sticking out his fucking bony ass. Like it was fucking really weird. I've never seen a homeless person twerk for money before, but I guess he's trying to do something. Like,
I guess so.
My God. Like, that's strong meth addiction when you have to twerk for your meth.
I swear down here, there's only like one spot where they allow any homeless people to stand, and that's where they all stand. There's this one section under an like a bridge at an intersection or whatever, and they all go there, and they're nowhere fucking else. And I'm glad.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, no, when I used to live in California, they'd be like passed out on the sidewalk, like, and you would wonder if they were alive or dead, but there's nothing you can do. You just walk past them. You don't even know if they're fucking alive. They're just like passed out in the middle of the sidewalk.
Man, yeah, I'm not used to walking by that stuff. Not at all. I mean, I see it a little bit when I got to travel out of town for work, and like, and to me, it's horrified. I can't get near it. If I see it on this side of the street, I'm crossing the other side of the street. I just can't be near it. I'm not used to it. I've had too much of a soft life, I think.
Oh yeah. Yeah, well now I'm sure it's worse in California. Like I'm sure you see more bodies laying everywhere. But luckily I never lived in LA. I always lived in the San Fernando Valley. Like San Fernando Valley, there at least it used to be some parts of it were livable. But I lived in a fucking alley that like faced a fucking power like field, like a power plant like field filled with like power, like it was shit that was like giving my wife and I cancer, I'm sure. Because it's not good to live next to those like power plant type things. Like it's fucking not healthy. Yeah.
What kind of work did you do when you lived out there without doxing yourself?
I mostly took care of my wife, like, and her health needs, because they have a thing where you're a in-home caregiver, like in-home supportive services. Mm-hmm. Well, but when I first moved out there, though, I thought I was going to get work, like working like on like low budget, like internet projects and like fucking TV commercials and shit like that. But and I did for a little while, but my friend that got me the work doing that didn't tell me that he was paying me out of his own pocket, like
Oh,
because he was like the assistant director, like second AD or something like that. Like either first AD or second AD. I forget. He was either first assistant director or second. But anyway,
yeah,
he got paid from the projects that we were doing, but he never even told me that he was paying me out of his own pocket. That they never paid me. He paid me, and
yeah,
I felt bad because he had like two young boys at the time and like a wife and shit like that. He never told me. I only found out later. But like we worked on two projects and then there wasn't anything else, you know. He
oh, okay,
probably couldn't pay me out of his pocket anymore. Like
yeah,
he convinced us to move out there because he told me it would be steady work all the time. But he was somebody that he like was a lot of talk,
oh,
but it
okay,
didn't always like pan out, you know. And he was never like a responsible type of person. He would go periods of time without paying his rent and shit like that and get
yeah.
evicted from places. Like he just gave zero fucks about that type of shit. You know what I mean? Like, and I can't be like that. Like it bothers me if I owe anybody money, I can't live with myself. I have to
Yeah.
pay them back immediately, or I just feel like a piece of shit. You know?
Yeah, I'm on and this isn't like a braggy thing. I've always worked steady. I've never had to borrow because it would haunt me. If I
Yeah.
ever owed somebody something, it would haunt me until I had it paid back. So I ain't trying to be like I'm better than everybody else or anything like that. But I ever since I got out of high school, I've kept steady work. There's not one person on the planet that could legitimately say like I asked to borrow fucking anything. Oh, not money, not a weed whacker, not a gently used dildo, nothing. Just
Oh
nothing.
fuck no! Oh, I definitely don't want to use any fucking sex toys from somebody that they've used.
Gently used or not, or even still in the package. But no, yeah, that would horrify me. So this dude, what you're telling me is like I'm I like to pick apart stories and just try to
Yeah,
like fill in blanks, even though I don't have a dog in the fight. Uh,
yeah.
like so, if I'm picking this up right, your friend, he had the best intentions. He was trying to
Oh
talk
yeah.
you to come out
Oh
there
yeah.
because he figured if you got a little work when you come out there, maybe you could, I don't know, maybe
Maybe I
you all
keep
would
getting
get
work.
lucky
Yeah,
and keep having work, or maybe you would just find
yeah.
a full-time job doing something else because it's,
Well,
California back when it
yeah.
was a good state. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, the first job that he got, like I was boom mic operator and I
Oh,
didn't
okay.
know what the fuck I was doing at all. I had to look shit up online and I
Jesus.
have really shaky hands from like
Okay.
consuming nicotine 24/7 probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like so I'm like always shaking and shit. And we did this TV pilot. It was called Ash Global. It never got picked up. And
Okay.
and the dude that was in, oh my god, I forget, Antonio something, like I think it was called The Road Warrior, was a TV show that he was in, and he also did a VH1 show where he was like picking apart women and telling them that they're ugly as fuck and like nasty skanks and nobody wants to touch their diseased fucking pussy, like stuff like that. Like but anyway, he was on one of the episodes that we shot, because we shot several episodes, not even just
Oh,
a
okay.
pilot, I think, but nothing got picked up. But anyway, he was on it, and I fucking bumped the boom mic like into his head, like the classic like fuck up, because you gotta like short, so I had to stand up on top of an apple box. You know what apple boxes are?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they're just to make people taller. Like they're basically just like wooden boxes you step on top of if you're a shorty. Because I'm only 5'7 3/4", like pretty much 5'8". But
Okay.
anyway, like so like I had to sit on the apple box and like my arm was getting all tired and gave out and just plopped on his head. But that motherfucker, I'm surprised he doesn't have like, hey, what's up, Greg Pelfrey? What's up, Greg Pelfrey. How you doing, Greg Pelfrey? Sorry I didn't see you earlier. But move out where? This is when I lived in North Hollywood. But to the LA area, Greg, like North Hollywood. But anyway, like but that dude also got his dick out like on the set. He was flashing his cock to everybody. Fortunately I never saw it.
Yeah.
I never saw it, but he was showing his dick to everybody else. And it was in the mansion of this guy that I met out there. We're not friends anymore, but we were friends at the time. And his dad was like his grandfather was a favorite. I mean, was a famous like documentary maker that made all these documentaries for like PBS or like CBS, Communist Broadcasting System, but whatever. Like anyway, he made all these documentaries, and they lived in Malibu, like right on the fucking beach, like and like a beautiful condo, and his grandmother, after we shot there, complained that like I don't know if it was myself or somebody else messed with the oven, and the oven was messed up. And Tyler said, "Oh, my grandma like, and please don't strike me for this, but he said my grandma is Jayish, and there was nothing wrong with her oven, but she just wanted the insurance money. She knew that if she complained about something happening to her oven, that they'd like pay her like $1,000 or something."
Oh, okay. Okay,
so she, even though they were like millionaires living on Malibu on the beach, she still wanted money from the production company, from the insurance company, because like she's just greedy.
One time, this is kind of similar. One time, I was house sitting for somebody, and this was not like an impressive house or anything. They had like a plasma TV from like 2003, and this was like 2017. So it was like one of the really, really, really early plasmas that did burn in. That was not a myth, because like so they didn't have to complain about their oven. They had to complain about their TV, because I was watching random Simpsons episodes on demand, and I fell asleep, and it's just this, and I hit pause on something, and it's just this random image of Bart Simpson on the screen, and that goddamn thing burned in so bad. I shit you not, that even when you turned the TV off, you still saw the ghost of Bart Simpson.
Oh my fucking god!
So I'm like,
yeah, the old fucking TVs, dude. That shit sucked back in the day. Now I never have to worry about that with my TV.
God, no.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, I was like, even though that was a TV from 2003 that wasn't worth 5 cents, no one would buy that goddamn thing. It was a piece of shit. I mean, if it wasn't from 2003, it literally was like a 1 cent TV that they just found somewhere. Even though that I just made that thing run 24/7 until it would like just burn off that random image of a Bart Simpson. And you went off screen. You're nowhere now. It's just me on the goddamn screen.
Yeah, I had to piss real quick.
That was fast. Okay.
I'm drinking more beers tonight. Yeah, that's what I always brag about. I say that I don't wash my hands for the viewers. I usually would wash my hands, but for the viewers, I don't want to leave them hanging too long. So I just let my schlong hang. I let my schlong hang and piss real quick, and then I'm done.
You could just lie and said you did.
I know. I just have no shame. I have no shame. It's part of the show.
That's good. Yeah.
And so what if I got a couple of drops? You just wipe it off on the side of your jeans. You're all good. Urine is sterile. Plus, I live alone. Like, it's not like I'm touching anybody. It's not like I'm around anybody. Yeah, I can be as gross as I want.
Yeah, if you've got yesterday's socks still in the floor of the bathroom, you could just fling it on that because you're
Yeah.
gonna wash them anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, I like and as a single dude, like you don't gotta give a fuck too much. Like, but
Oh, not really, no.
as I've got older, I make sure that like I mean I clean up after if I make a mess in the kitchen, I'll clean up right away. But
Yeah.
I try to do like all over cleaning like once a week now. I just try to because I don't want it to be too filthy. And I saw this one thing on YouTube where this psycho guy murdered a bunch of people and the detective was like, "You only clean your house once a week. You're gross." And I'm like,
Mhm.
"If I clean my house once a week, I think I'm super fucking clean. That's good. I don't feel like it's gross to only clean once a week. What is my name? Maria Gonzalez? Like, I don't have to clean every day. I'm not getting
Yeah.
paid. I'm not getting
Ah,
paid to clean every day."
I mean, just being practical. I mean, if you just don't make a mess, then you don't really have anything to clean. I mean, if you're like baking full meals
Yeah.
in your kitchen and having like, all the ingredients and shit lying around, then yeah, you should probably clean up after yourself.
Oh
But
yeah.
if you're just eating hot pockets now and then, there isn't
Yeah.
anything to clean up.
Yeah.
It's just basically take out the trash. I mean, you don't need to mop your floors every week. That would be psycho. You
Yeah.
shouldn't even really have to mop your floors except when you feel like it, unless you're like just
Yeah.
a nasty goddamn pig, just
The
I don't know, eating
the yeah,
buffets in your goddamn toilet. I don't
yeah.
know.
Well, the reason I started imposing once a week is because I have a tiny little pecker, a little parrot, a little green sheet conure. So he drops seeds and corn and peas and fucking shit all over the place, like every week. So he's a tiny bird, but he's a tiny little pecker, but he makes a gigantic fucking mess. Like he would be the terror of a whorehouse because
God.
he just like he makes a mess every week. Like I have to do it. Like every week that I'm like sweeping my floor and shit, it would look to a normal person like I have not swept the floor in a month because that little bird
Oh,
makes
okay.
he makes such a mess like every week. He just throws shit. That's what they do. They just like when they eat, they like tear it up and they like fling it with their beak and they just fling shit like everywhere. Like it's good for the rainforest because all that shit falls on the bottom and makes gives food for other species and adds to fertilizer. But
Yeah.
here it's when you have a pet, like, but we're defying nature. We're like, fuck you, nature. We don't give a fuck. We're gonna have wild animals in our homes. Fuck you, nature.
Oh, that's something else.
Yeah,
Now, how long did you live out in California?
for 5 years, from like 2010 to 2015, about 5 years.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Did
yeah.
you did you get any steady work out there, or was it just shit
No,
show after shit show?
well, yeah, I was just taking care of my wife because like her health like got worse. Like, I mean, it was already really fucking bad, but like that then like yeah, she started being in like not being able to walk that much and being in a wheelchair a lot. So that's when I started taking care of her like full time. But like to take care of your spouse full time, like it was like this big fat Russian dude that came out and be like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna get a lot. You'll get all these shits. You'll get paid for shopping for her, for doing laundry." No, all that was a lie. Like
Uh-huh.
I got like 800 a month and that was it. Like he kept saying I would get paid more than that, but she also had social security, so we had like what I made taking care of her and social security, but that just like barely paid like the bills and shit. And like we would go to the food bank quite a bit. Like we used to go to this Jewish food bank and they had like really good food at the fucking Jewish food bank.
Okay.
It was fucking like they would get shit from like Whole Foods that was like, you know, a couple days old, but it was still good to eat. And like I'd be getting like fancy food, like because it was like California. So
So you weren't getting Whole Foods exactly. You were getting like half foods.
yeah. I was getting unclean unclean, unwhole foods,
Yeah.
unwholesome foods. Yeah, no, but it was still good. Like it didn't have any black mold on it. It just had a tint of the a little bit of the green.
Yeah. Yeah, you just gotta pick that green off and just fling it at the stores. You know, don't give too much thought to it.
Yeah.
No,
No, but
yeah.
that was the best food ever because like I went to food banks when we lived around South Chicago Heights because that's where she was originally from. When we moved back there, I went to the food banks there and their food was shit. Like you didn't get anything fancy from the fucking Whole Foods. You got like canned like pork or
Oh
something, you know.
God damn. Jesus. That just sounds like a nightmare. It's like have this
Yeah.
goddamn pig snout. It's in a
Yeah.
can. It's edible somewhat.
Yes.
Part of it is. You can chew around the parts that aren't edible. God damn, that's
Canned cow
awful.
brains.
Oh, it just sounds like a nightmare. Yeah.
Canned squirrel nut sack.
Oh, God damn
Canned
it.
squirrel nuts. That'd be
Jesus.
hilarious. Oh my god, it would be hilarious to eat though. But no, but it in Chicago Heights, it was like just like shitty bread, shitty pasta, shitty canned food, like stuff you couldn't even eat half the time. It's like, why even give this to us? We can't eat it. It's not edible.
I mean, from my understanding, a lot of those food banks, it's like food that's like made up of like I don't know, stuff that you bought and you just instantly regretted buying it because you're like, I'm not going to ever eat this, but I live close enough that I'll donate it.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yes, exactly. It's all donated, so it's shit people don't want in the first place.
Yeah, and it's probably full of other stuff too, like, like people typically give like what do you call it, housewarming gifts when like people move or they move in with their significant other or whatever, and sometimes they also like give them food and shit too. So I could imagine that food bank was probably full of like stuff like that, but I don't fucking know. I've never been the one. Knock on
Yeah.
wood. I mean, I'm not.
Yeah,
I feel like an asshole
lucky.
because, like,
You're lucky
yeah,
because like we were so poor and like I wasn't able to do anything except take care of her because she needed full-time care around the clock.
yeah,
That's what we were working on before she passed away so I could go work in a warehouse or if I could have even done that. Like I
yeah.
thought I could at the time, but most of my jobs that I've ever had, they don't last long because I like, yeah, we've talked about it before. I don't work well with others. So,
Yeah, that's just. I mean, I don't know what to tell you there. I mean, I mean, if you ever have to go back into the workforce, I would just like really just
yeah.
like shop around. There's a lot of work from home stuff these
Yeah.
days that you can do.
That's what I've always looked for, but I'm not proficient in typing and I don't have a computer. If I had a computer and I was quick at typing, but I fucking suck at that shit.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've helped people get their jobs. I can tell you this much: most companies that hire people to do like, and I'm just giving you a random example. Like, okay, one of my neighbors works for eBay. He's a customer service rep for eBay. So when they
Okay.
have a problem that's so bad that they can't really get it taken care of through like chat or anything like that, and it actually needs to go to a human to like understand what the hell is going on. That's what they do. Now, to use them as an example, like when eBay hired them, I mean, the whole process was online and just all the interviews were just, on the phone and stuff. But when they got hired, it's like eBay mailed them the computer and everything that they needed to do their job. So most of them, not all of them, but 9 out of 10 of them, if you get hired, they mail you the computer. And what's even funnier is after the fact, you just use it the time that you're there. And, and so you don't have to worry about like going out and buying your own to like, to go in like a couple of $100 in the hole. That's not really how it is anymore. But you just got to get the job is number one. Most of them, because of the jobs that I've had, and I post jobs to Indeed. Whenever I've posted something that was work from home, but the shit that I do ain't something I can just hire somebody to do. It's not customer service.
Yeah, you're doing like IT.
We're talking like shit. IT shit.
Yeah,
you have to get 19 years of college for.
I always imagine you as like this master hacker that like if you wanted to, you could just like empty out banks and go on a yacht across the world.
Well, I'd love to, but I just haven't managed to get that good of a heist yet. But I can tell you, the normal work from home jobs like data entry and customer service, they would just mail you the computer. There's like 1 out of 10 that would be so cheap that they would be like, no, you just got to use your own computer. But those are like so cheap anyway that you would only do it if it was like a second job. And those would usually be like the easiest of easy, like part-time, like 5 hours a week bullshit data entry shit.
I don't even need to make much a month anyway, just a tiny bit.
You're in your situation, you
I only need to make 500, 550 a month. That's all I need to make.
And without telling on yourself too much, don't you have a limit? Like, the benefits that you get? Like,
there's a limit, but it's way more than what I could ever earn. Like,
that's what I'm getting at. Like,
it's like over 1,500 a month, and I'll talk about some of it. It's over 1,500 a month, and I never get close to that. So,
okay, so what you're saying, just to make sure I understand, is like you're allowed to get a job, but you can't make more than 15 a month, or you could lose your business, right?
Something like that.
Something
like I'm
like
not I'm not even telling the exact number, but it's
I
like something like over 1,500. And I never even make close to that. Like at my strongest, I've probably made like 1,200 a month here and there. Like at my strongest, like I don't make a lot. Yeah.
No,
so, but I don't need to anyway. Like that's why it's good because my therapist was the one that got me onto SSDI because she knows how like I struggle like to be able to even work at all, even with the fucking freelance deliver people Taco Bell up their ass. Like it's like even that I can't earn much. I can't do it all the time. Like there's periods of time where I can work a bunch, and then there's sometimes I can't work at all, so.
Yeah, and I know, I mean, depending on what kind of hookup your case manager, whatever you want to call it is, it's like usually they have usually it's even in the same organization that they work for, at the very least, they have contacts to like social workers that can kind of guide you in the right direction. It's like, okay, you could probably do this. This is someone I could refer you to talk to, yada, yada, yada. You just got to you just got to know how to navigate just enough to help the actual experts that make money to point you in the right direction. I mean, I know enough about that stuff to be dangerous to say, basically, I think you already know everything you really need to know right now where you live at. But for someone out there that might be listening to this in the future, I'm just giving them the advice. It's like, if you don't have one, get a social worker of some kind, because a
Yeah.
social worker is basically the concierge that can point you in the right direction for about
Well, yeah.
anything. You know,
Yeah, well, my therapist has a degree in social work, but like, but she couldn't really tell me what to do. I just had to get a lawyer. Like, I went to a lawyer's office, and that's how I got it. Like, I would have never got it without a lawyer.
Oh, I don't mean
Yeah.
that part. I just
Yeah.
mean for like
Yeah.
guidance on.
Oh,
like,
yeah. She was the one that told me to do it in the first place. Yeah, and yeah, she has a degree in social work, so she's not technically my social worker, but to become a licensed therapist, you have to have a degree in social work. You know.
Like, I mean, giving an example, like some of the things that I post for is for like social workers that their primary job is to help people that don't know any better, that are paying out the ass for prescription drugs, to like find
Yeah.
alternatives. Because I mean, as simple as that sounds to like 99% of the world, there's a lot of people out there that just think, okay, the doctor says I have to have this prescription drug, so I have to have this exact kind. They have no concept of getting a generic kind. They don't have a concept of going through insurance. There's a lot of things that I take for granted, that I understand that there's people out there that are just lost.
Oh yeah, and doctors and psychiatrists. I had a psychiatrist, but both doctors and psychiatrists, they'll tell you what the pharmaceutical reps tell them. Like, the pharmaceutical reps give them that champagne dinner, that cruise. And so they go, oh, take this because this is what I'm paid. And every time you fill that prescription, like the doctor, psychiatrist, they get a little bit, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, because I had a psychiatrist that I dropped her ass because she would only recommend me serotonin drugs. And I was like, no, that serotonin shit, it's not working well with me. I think I'm allergic to it, or it just doesn't work with me. I hate it. And most of those fucking shooters that they found, they've been on the serotonin shit. They've been on Prozac or Zoloft. I was on Zoloft. And I kept telling her, I don't want this. And I figured the reason why she would always keep telling me, no, take a serotonin, is because she's paid. She gets money if she gets me on the serotonin shit. She don't get paid for the non-serotonin option, you know?
Yeah. I mean, you gotta watch out for that too. It's like there's a small town kind of near me that is like around here. It's like pretty well known that a lot of doctors in that town are really dirty, and that's pretty much what you just described there. You go in, you mention, doctor, I've got mild back pain, and they'll put you on the hardest core pain pill there ever existed in the history of the world, because they get a kickback from it, and they could care less if you get addicted,
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
they were supposed to put an end to that shit, but I don't think they have everywhere. Yeah,
that'll never get under control.
They did put an end to it. They did put an end to it in California, because in California, they would never give my wife anything for her pain. I might have said this on my podcast before. I apologize to all my viewers. Love you, viewers. Thumbs up. But they would never give her anything. As soon as she got to Chicago, they gave her Dilaudid, but she was like in severe pain for almost a year before they gave her Dilaudid in Chicago. Because in California, they're like, nope, we're not going to give you anything. No, fuck you. And it's all because they're under all this pressure in California. If they gave it to her, they'd be under investigation and they might lose their license if they give pain medication to too many patients. So they don't want to give it to any patients because they're afraid of losing their license and going to jail, you know. So
you got me. I just know that place has always sounded like a complete utter hellhole, and I've never really had any interest. I've never had interest of living there. I've barely had interest in visiting.
Well, I'm glad I
Barely.
did because my wife's grandparents lived there and she visited when she was a young
Yeah,
child.
yeah,
So
yeah,
her dream was always to live there for a little while. So she
yeah.
got her dream before she passed. And it is beautiful out there. The hills and the mountains are fucking beautiful. The people are just fucking dickheads though. Everybody's a piece of shit, like looking out for themselves. They're all egotistical assholes, you know. They're the star. Everybody else is shit. They're the big, giant, brown, smelly starfish, and they'll shit on everyone else. You know?
Yeah, I just have no interest in living somewhere that's as nightmarishly expensive that it is,
Yeah.
on top of the taxes, on top of all this other stuff, and then there's the homeless drug addicts, the homeless
Oh
gang
yeah.
members, the gang member drug addicts. I've seen plenty enough on like Twitter and YouTube and all that it's like I don't even want to visit out there. I mean,
I
maybe
know.
like 10, 15 years ago, if someone
Yeah.
said, hey, you've got a free plane ticket and a free hotel, I would go. But now I
Yeah.
wouldn't go
Nowadays.
unless it was
Yep.
like a mandatory reason. Like if work said, no, you've got to go out to blah, blah city in California for a week. Okay, then I would, but my
Yeah.
ass would be like holed up in my hotel room the whole time.
Oh
But
yeah. Yeah. Nowadays, I wouldn't step foot in California. Fuck that place.
no, that's just a nightmare.
It's got way worse ever since they started passing laws saying people could steal shit and people can just shit in the middle of the street and just shit inside your car and rub it on your face and nobody goes to jail. I mean, you can do worse than that. Oh my god! But even in your state, like where that black chick kept backing up into that guy
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
behind her, and I had to leave a comment. I think you saw my comment I
yeah,
left under your post when you left the
yeah.
real article because I could not believe that they did not get her on a hit and run. We don't have law and order anymore. Like
Yeah.
you should get a hit and run if you do that shit. Fucking she tried to hit the guy with her car after she hit his car, and then
Yeah.
she just leaves.
I think it's only because the guy didn't push it like and try to like get her on it. I think he
Oh yeah.
because I
Oh my
mean
god.
he
Should
could
have.
have. I don't. I
Yeah.
mean, down here we don't fuck around with that stuff at all. This isn't like other states that are like
Yeah.
looking at it from a woke perspective. Down here, there's still law and order. I
Yeah.
think bottom line, and this is just a guess from my part, is like that guy didn't want to do anything civil. He just wanted his money from where his car got backed into. So he wasn't actually hurt or nothing from where that woman was
Yeah.
pushing him with her car.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he could have, if he wanted to be patient, he could have got her on everything. But I think the guy was just like, I just want to hurry up and get my money.
Yeah.
So he didn't.
And then her insurance company wasn't going to pay. How the fuck would her insurance company try not to pay? Idiots.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean,
That
who
to
knows?
me, that's idiotic because they're gonna lose in the long run. It's all on video, so they're gonna lose.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I wouldn't.
Yeah. Well, I hope that guy gets the most money. They said he was only gonna get like 10K. He should get more than 10K. He should get way more than 10K for that shit.
Yeah. I mean, and he got so lucky that people were quick to like film it, so there
Yeah.
was no worry about the he said she said on that. Some,
Yeah.
lucky bystander. Plus, the other part of that was this down here. We hate out of staters. We fucking hate them. We don't like them here. We get mad when we see. Okay, I'll just go in the order. In order,
I don't want to go.
We get violently angry if we see a California license plate. We just know they're trouble, and they are. And
but
then
you wouldn't be so angry if you saw Indiana though.
Not as mad. Indiana's like way down the line. Pretty much in order, it's this. If we see California, we get mad and we know they're trouble and they're probably in a gang and they probably sell drugs, yada yada yada. Same difference for New York. If we see New York, we're like, God damn piece of shit, fuck you. And then it's Illinois. Illinois because of Chicago, so it's really Chicago. I don't even
Yeah.
think anyone gives a big piece of shit about the rest of that goddamn state, but it's Chicago. So if we see Illinois, we get angry. We're not mad at
I get
all
angry
we're not
about
mad
that.
at all if we see Florida, because Florida is basically a sister state. So we're
Yeah.
like, hey, come on down. But no, we don't. We get oh god, and that's what I was getting at in that video when I was going through it. I was like, where is this bitch from? She's either from fucking New York or California. And I paused it just right and I could clearly see a New York plate. It was like, that fucking bitch. And we already know what the story is when we see the out of state plates from New York and California. It's basically they don't have jobs there. We lost the job that we had, and everybody knows that the economy is still good down here. So they pack up and come down here, and now they're our problem.
Yeah. Oh,
Fuck you,
holy
bitch.
fuck. Yeah.
So
Yeah. No, I don't like it when I see Illinois shit because we get so many people from Illinois like that. You just get sick of it. It's because they're like, oh, hey, Indiana has cheaper rent a few years ago, and now they drove our rent up. Like, it's like, no, motherfuckers, go back to Illinois, please. But Florida, I noticed that the people I see from Florida that drive around here, they don't drive. They drive crazy. They don't drive like normal. They drive like very aggressive. They're like aggressive motherfuckers.
That's the thing. It's like, I mean, I would just say people in Texas as opposed to the rest of the country, everybody that just drives like kind of normal. Texas is just a kind of normal. No, we don't really drive super aggressive here, but you can. People can, but it's not that.
I hate that
not
shit.
as common. But
I hate
Florida
that
is
shit.
the traffic there is a lot worse than the majority
Oh
of
yeah,
Texas.
so they're used to pushing their way around. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, now it's like Houston, Texas traffic is a complete nightmare. So if you live up there, you probably drive really, really, really aggressive if you're from Houston, Texas, because their traffic is fucked. That place sucks. I hate that fucking place. It's bad. It's basically, to me, it's a ghetto. I don't like that place. I've only had to visit there a little bit, and it was not.
A fucking ghetto. What is that? A fucking milkshake?
No, it's a gigantic some sort of like Red Bull thing from Sonic.
Oh, okay.
It's a Red Bull splasher or some shit.
Shit, man. We used to have Sonics around here. We don't have any around Indianapolis anymore that I know of.
That sucks. I mean,
we used to have them.
It's like the fastest place for me to go to if I just don't want to make something out of the kitchen. To me, it's like the fastest quick place for me to go to. It's like 3 minutes from here, 3 minutes back. So that's usually and the menu is pretty gigantic. So there's a ton of stuff to eat there, which was going to bring me to my next point. Speaking of eating, did you happen to see? There's a 30-minute video, or actually 25 minutes to be exact. There's a 25-minute video where this dude went to Springfield, Illinois, where all these Haitians are eating cats and ducks and geese. Did you see that yet?
No. I only saw the little short video. Like, I don't know where it was, Ohio or something, where they were arresting the lady, and they were like, "Hey, did you eat those cats?" And she wouldn't really answer them. And then they asked the bystanders, and they're like, "Yeah, that lady was eating a cat. She had blood dripping all over her shoes." I saw that video.
It's really funny.
Are they all eating like these animals raw, or are they cooking them?
It's a mix of both. Some of them are
that's
cooking
fucked
them.
up.
Yeah, and some of them.
The lady I saw, she was eating the cat raw. She was eating that raw pussy.
Oh yeah, man! I'm telling you though, like if you get the chance to see the video, it's funny for multiple reasons. Because like, okay, so the guy doing the interview, he's not he's not really taking any sides. Okay, so he's not acting like the people in the town are crazy because they're claiming to see this, and he's also not like claiming these Haitian people are heroic people that are coming to America just for a better life or any woke bullshit. So he's just he's pretty much taking a neutral stance on this, and it's just funny all around because it shows that somehow or another in this town of Springfield, Ohio, these Haitians come in and they can just speed them through getting a driver's license and stuff like it's nobody's business, and then they can't drive. And it even shows them on the video of them like wrecking their cars and shit.
I saw some of that where it's Springfield, Ohio, where they were like crashing into all these buildings.
Yeah. So they're crashing in the buildings, they're driving into
talk for a second, I'm gonna pee.
Yeah, no problem. So right now I'm just talking randomly to nobody. He's going to the bathroom. Who knows what's happening in there? It's probably urination. It's probably going into a toilet. That would be my first guess. So and then afterward, I would imagine that there's a flushing. Now, I can't give any advice to anyone out there listening on flushing techniques. Me, I'm right-handed. That's how I flush. If you're feeling a little froggy, you can use your left hand to flush the toilet. But like I said, I'm right-handed, so I'm
right-handed too. Yeah, I'm right-handed too. You just do it right. You just get it done right.
Yeah.
Get her done right.
But what you want to do is it's not hard to find the video. Just pretty much any search of any kind, Haitians, Ohio. It's going to pull up the 25-minute one.
Yeah, I didn't see the 25. Yeah, I didn't see the 25-minute one.
It just dropped like today.
Okay, I only saw the short little one showing all these holes in buildings from the Haitians crashing into them.
You saw the little video. You saw the little video, right, of the black guy in the red hoodie that was like freaking out at like a town council meeting, right, where he's like, "They're eating fucking geese in the fucking park." Have you seen that guy yet?
I didn't see that.
Well, what I was getting at,
that.
What I was getting at was like that was one of the other like popular videos before today. See, the black guy in the red hoodie, he's like running for mayor down there in that town. And in the 25-minute video, they find the guy, and he's like, he starts to take them kind of on tour to where all this shit's going down. And it's real interesting. So I would suggest if you're not going to bed directly after that, just try to track down that video and watch it.
Oh, I will.
It shouldn't be hard to use just normal search terms, and the video should come right up. I'm telling you, I really got a kick out of it.
Oh, I got to see that for sure. Yeah.
But yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what I would love with, like, you shared it a while ago, the Dope Show by the Door Brothers.
Oh yeah, that was fucking crazy.
No, the fucking what the Door Brothers are doing these days. That is the shit that scares the fuck out of me with the future of AI. Because, like, I mean, not all the time, but most of them look exactly like Obama. Sometimes the Zuckerberg is not exactly right. Sometimes you look at Mark and it's not exactly right. But like with Obama and Trump and all that, they got it. And Kamala, they got it spot on with that shit. And they got some trailer. They had a trailer for like a longer project they're doing, like Ouija. Have you seen that? Have you seen the trailer for that? They're doing a like little short movie called Ouija. I think it's called Ouija something by the Door Brothers.
No, is it another like AI video where they use?
Yeah, it's going to be another. Yeah. It has like Kamala and Elon and like all of them like before from like they had in the music videos, but it's going to be like a short film, I guess. Yeah.
Oh.
It's like Ouija something. Like I have to look it up right now. I know I had it on my YouTube earlier. But I might have deleted my search history because I was looking at Asian chicks.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, if you're the
Hairy
only one
Asian
that
pussy.
uses the iPad and it's got password protection, I don't think anyone's going to be able to.
Ouija Gate. Yeah, it's called Ouija Gate.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I could try to play some on my phone, but because I'm low tech. But I'll play it for a second on my phone. Here, wait. Here, wait. I gotta find it. Here, wait.
Yeah, no
I
problem,
gotta
bud.
bring it to the beginning. Here, wait. I don't know if you can see it. Nope, you can't.
I can a little bit, yeah. I can.
Yeah, it's Ouija Gate. Oh, that's Joe
Oh,
Biden
I
in the
got
wheel.
it, yeah.
That's Joe Biden in the wheelchair and everything, and like Hillary Clinton again is bringing the pizzas, like she's bringing pizzas into a bedroom, and like at the end of the trailer, like Bill Clinton is in like a red dress eating pizza.
Oh, God, that's funny. Hey, all right, I need you to do me a favor and you just talk to the audience for 10 seconds while I got to reply to this email real quick.
Oh, okay, go ahead and
Yeah,
reply.
so I just got to lean forward.
Yeah, we're just gonna talk to the audience and do what Harley does for me when I'm gone. Just talking while he's typing. Ah! No type of piss going on here. It's only piss when I'm gone. Yeah, because I piss the day away. A piss the day away keeps the doctor a day away from pissing your way. No, don't piss on the doctor. You might face criminal charges. I learned the hard way. Just ask my mom. But anyway, cheers. We're drinking more.
Yeah, keep drinking.
I know it's beer number 4, and I need to stop at number 4, but I'm gonna go for number 5. Johnny 5 Alive. No, this is the most delicious ale. I've talked about it before,
Yeah.
but Indianapolis has the best. Hey, what's up, Zach? What's up? What's up, Zach? How you doing, Zach D's? But this beer is Metazoa Hopopotamus, and it's the smoothest fucking IPA ever. That's why I usually only drink 4 or 5 because these are 7% alcohol.
Hey, let me do a test real quick. Okay, I'm going to talk just normal and see if I can't put this microphone far away from me where it's stable so I ain't got to hold it. You tell me, but be honest. I mean, don't be nice.
Yeah.
Because you're a nice guy. Okay, like right
Oh,
here.
I won't be.
Okay, because I don't want you to be mean either. I mean, it'll intimidate me, and I don't like that. But does it sound normal right now, or do I sound far away?
Well, I can hear you enough.
Yeah.
Hey, Zach or Greg or anybody in the audience, can you hear Harley enough? I can hear you enough. It like the further away it is, there's a little bit more reverb, but I can still hear you fine. Okay. Go ahead again.
Yeah, like applesauce. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, I can hear you just fine still.
Yeah. I was just wondering because I get sick of holding the thing. It's just that the other ones I've been on, they keep telling me it's like hold the microphone closer to you, and I'm like, well, you see what happens when it gets too close? Can you see the dirty, nasty microphone?
Oh yeah,
that looks like
makeup.
It looks like Stuttering John's toilet paper, basically.
You just been making out with it a little bit. No, I wanted to say, like, I like how you did your makeup tonight with the eyes, with the little streaks, like the little lashes type things on the bottom. That shit's fucking cool.
Yeah,
that's
I
cool.
Just try to do just little tweaks here and there.
Yeah,
I do the cosplay shit down here with my friends and stuff, and it is just for fucking around and having fun. We do get in the contest and stuff, and then I like really try to look professional, but this is just for like kind of everyday Joker-esque fun without being a complete ripoff. I just want it to look like it, but be a little different. If that makes
no,
sense.
you achieve that. Yeah, no, you always achieve that with your makeup a little bit different. Zach says it sounds fine, not perfect, but we're good.
Okay.
We're good. We can both be heard. We can both be heard.
Yeah, we'll at least be heard. Now, we can't guarantee we're going to be entertaining, but at least you'll be able to hear our voices if we're boring but audible.
Harley, we can both be heard, but we can't both be Amber because we're not Amber Heard. We didn't shit in Johnny's bed.
That is the fucking weirdest thing. I mean,
I know. That's a passive aggressive bitch. She's shit in the bed to get him fucking crazy to blame him. It's like, but you shit in the bed. Of course he's gonna get angry. You shit in the bed. What? I would get pissed. Anybody would get angry.
And I can't imagine someone having the balls to be like, in front of a judge telling that story if it wasn't true. I mean, anyone can lie about anything. That's if you've got that much of a killer instinct. I just don't know. I mean, I could lie, but I couldn't promise that I wouldn't start cracking up in the middle of it if I was lying.
Oh yeah, it was something like that.
Yeah. So I'm just like, I believe she did it. I believe that I've dated a few really hot chicks that were secret crazies. At least you see me fucking coming, so to avoid me already. But like, never had one shit in the bed. I had one puke all over my bed one time. I mean, puked up fucking.
Oh God!
It was a tuna milk Subway sub.
Oh God! That's the worst.
It looked kind of like mushy skin.
Oh God! Oh fuck! I'm about to drink another beer.
Yeah, I'm gonna drink another beer. If I was you, just to be safe, get another beer in your belly. I'm telling you though, I can still, it's been so long, I can still see that fucking tuna milk Subway sub just coming out slowly all over my bed. I'm like, oh God, no. Oh God, no. And I'm like,
oh, that's awful.
And
mine was much better. Like this chick in my early 20s was in my studio apartment, but she went outside and she was puking in the apartment lawn area, and I was watching her through the shade. So that's way better than getting it on your sheets. That's gross, dude. That she puked Subway skin on your sheets.
Yeah, because I mean, there just wasn't any saving them. It was one of those deals where it's like, I'm just going to have to, kind of like the old images that you think of when you think of like a hobo tying up all their belongings on a stick to throw over their back. I pretty much had to like bundle my sheets up like that. Like to turn into like a money bag, basically. Like I'm holding it like an old cartoon money bag.
Did you wash them and use them again? You threw it out?
I went outside and I threw that goddamn thing in the dumpster, and I let Jesus take care of it. I was like just happy I got them up fast enough that I did that the fucking wet didn't touch my mattress, so I didn't have to look at wet pukey.
God, that's nasty.
Yeah,
that's
nasty.
Fucking disgusting.
I know. I'll tell whoever's listening, feel free to be reviled by this recent story. Like, this is really recent too. It was like the other morning, I was like just starting to wake up. Like I don't know if you wake up like I do, but when like it's a day you don't have to work, you don't have to do anything at all, you're just waking up. So you start kind of slowly waking up before you even start opening your eyes, really. You're just starting to barely get aware of what's going on again.
Oh
And
yeah.
right then and there, before I even got to the point where I was like going to start opening my eyes to like, look and, look at the sun or anything like that, I felt like a fart coming on. So I went and did it. And where I was still like pretty much kind of asleep and just starting to wake up, I was positive I sharted. I was like, no. And that woke me up all the way. Because I thought, oh my fucking God, I fucking sharted. I just like I got up as fast as I could because my brain went, oh God, if I don't get up like right now, then I'm going to have to like throw away everything that's underneath me. And it turned out I basically just, I visualized it and it didn't really happen because I went to the bathroom to take a leak and, got me a nice wipe and did a courtesy check. I know you all want to hear this.
No, that's kind of similar, except like I have pissed the bed where I thought I was pissing in a urinal, and I wake up and I'm like peeing my bed, and I'm like, holy fuck! It hasn't happened for a long time, but like when I was younger, like I'd have dreams like, oh, I'm in the bathroom, oh, I'm taking a piss, and then I'd wake up and I'd be like, fuck, I'm in bed, I'm not in the bathroom. Oh fuck.
No. I never pissed the bed. I only knew one person that ever.
I have.
I only knew one person in real life that I grew up with that pissed the bed, and that a lot of times, like I'm talking about a habitual person that did it all the time, to where they had to have basically the special bed sheets.
Yeah, that's not me. I've had an accident every few years.
Yeah, that's totally different. But usually, what I've been told by professionals is a lot of times, not every time, but a lot of times, these kids that are habitual bed pissers, it's usually because they had some kind of abuse happen in their life. Like they might have been molested, they might have had the shit beat out of them. But it was usually either shit beat out of them or molested, one of the two.
Yeah,
that's me. I'm talking about the habitual. I'm talking every night they are taking a.
That was me when I was young until I was 13. It didn't stop until I was 13. Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, I had to train my brain not to do it because I'd be totally asleep. And when you're totally asleep, you can't control what's going on. And so I had to train myself where I'd get a ritual where I would like I'd tap the bed so many times to say, I will not pee the bed. And I programmed it into my subconscious. Yeah, I programmed it into my subconscious, and tapped it out on the bed. And then that stopped me from peeing the bed because I didn't want to get beat anymore. I used to get beat for doing it, so I didn't want to get beat anymore.
So it just turns into that cycle. It's like, I'm beating you because you pissed the bed. You pissed the bed because
I'm beating you. Yeah. I pissed the bed because you're beating me. Then you beat me because I pissed the bed, and then I pissed the bed because you're beating me.
I mean, to me, I would just figure out an alternative. That's okay. I'll tell you this. Okay, I don't mind sharing my life with everybody, and I'll never try to make myself out to be cool. If you like me, you think I'm
neither
cool,
do I. Obviously, I don't. I just said I pissed the bed till I was 13. I ain't trying to be cool.
Yeah. It's like I take no chances with any of that stuff because to me, the worst thing on planet Earth is certain types of like embarrassment. Like I live in fear that I'll shit my pants in public. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, me too.
Me too. Live in fear of it.
I have that fear too.
Yeah. So like one of the things that I do is this is just what I call it. I keep a full set of clothes in the trunk of my car in case I'm ever out somewhere and I just get food poisoning and like just shit myself.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. And in that trunk, it's not just clothes. There's wipes and like a jug of water and all this other shit in there. And it's all in there just in case it ever happens.
That is a fucking good idea. A fucking shark preparation kit.
Basically, it's shark preparation. And I got all the other stuff in there too, like normal preparation.
Awesome.
Like if I'm on an interstate trip, I've got a full basically it's an oh shit bag that I bought from Walmart that has like flashlights, every type of tool you can think of, anything I could use to like possibly work on my car if something happened. But I got a whole lot of preparedness because my way of thinking is this is like the people that aren't prepared, that's the shit that people that shit happens to them. Like I don't know how bad YouTube is these days. I know like it's going to make sense what I'm getting at in a second. I didn't just switch topics, I swear. Like when I listen to Scott Adams in the morning, every time he mentions climate change, like YouTube seems to automatically put like a warning under his like videos because he's kind of like I think it's because he's just like one of those people that are unfairly flagged as like he's misinformation when he's not. But anyway, but if he mentions,
is Scott Adams the Dilbert guy?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yes, and you know how he basically got canceled. He just said stay away from black people.
just because he spoke the truth. Like
he spoke the truth.
Like I love all people, but I mean, in the climate we're living in, like there's a bunch of communists that are programming black people to want to hurt white people. So not a lot of people want to live around people that want to kill them. I don't want to live around somebody that wants to kill me.
Yeah, I mean, anyone with any common sense these days, if you got a decent amount of money, you pretty much just want to live on a farm. You want to get
away from everything. But
but
actually, what he said is not even as valid anymore because now it's all the illegal migrants, the fucking like criminals that come into our country. That's the major problem now. They're worse than anything we already had.
Well, what I was getting at before I kind of subject topped is like I don't know if YouTube goes after little accounts and they'll like put like a climate change warning under like
they don't go after me until if I got bigger they would, but
but like me, I believe if you don't own a fucking gun or multiple guns, like I fucking own multiple guns, then you're going to end up in a situation one of these days where you're going to say to yourself, God damn, I wish I'd have had a fucking gun and I didn't. And now I'm fucked. So that's why it's like, all right, I'll just say this. If you see me, you know I've got guns on me. So you don't want to see me. And I would imagine if someone saw me looking like this, hearing that sentence, they were like, yeah, I really don't want to fucking see you. But like that's why I believe if you can imagine any kind of trouble, just have a solution for it. So if you think you live somewhere that can get sketchy at night, and if you can legally have protection where you live, I believe you better. And if you can afford it, which I believe kind of like having good teeth, that's invaluable. And that they taught me that at an early age. It's like, listen, you only get like one chance at adult teeth before you pretty much just have to have fake ones. So you better take good care of them while you're pissing. So I'll keep talking about teeth. You better take care of your fucking teeth, because unless you want to, be a mouthful of fucking fillings, then anyway.
No. Actually, I'm grateful to be a mouthful of fillings. It's the only reason I still have all my teeth.
I mean, if you got to do it, you got to do it. I'm just saying.
It's the only reason I have all my teeth.
But I was trained hardcore at an early age. It's like you wake up, you brush your teeth. You eat in the middle of the day, brush your teeth after you eat in the middle of the day. At the end of the night, brush your teeth because your mouth is just sitting full of just nasty ass bacteria while you're sleeping. So, you just basically you just want to keep your mouth as clean as possible, as much as possible.
Yeah.
But
no, now that I'm older, I try to brush at least twice a day.
Yeah. I mean, and not every day is perfect. But, when you have two times a day, you should be good. But one of the other things I wanted to tell you about, and anyone that might be listening now or in the future, that you should keep in your car at all times. Just don't really advertise why it's there. You need to have a fucking piss bottle.
Oh yeah, a piss jug. Yeah, for dudes.
You don't have to get the one that everybody knows is a piss jug. You just get a gigantic bottled water like a Voss. That's what the Rock pisses in. Get like a Voss, water bottle, and just once you drink it, just leave it in the car. So in case you, like me, if I drive longer than 45 minutes. I'm gonna have to piss, and and what I'm getting at is, while it's not exactly cool or anything, because of the world we live in these days, I ain't going into any public restroom under any circumstances. I'm not even going into like a J.C. Penney bathroom,
but
let alone a gas station bathroom.
You got to be careful with your fucking, to cover your cock, though, because the police, if they catch you pissing, they can charge you as a sex offender for peeing in your car. Did you know that?
Yeah. It kind of depends on where you live and all that stuff too. But you gotta. I mean, not to show too much of my hand. My windows are tinted, and
good job.
And
I wish I had tinted windows.
Yeah, my windows are tinted. Plus, I keep the sunlight blocker in. So if I gotta piss, I mean, my windows are tinted, and I put the sun block. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
It blocks the sun from coming into your car. Your car ain't 100
exactly.
Degrees.
Yeah.
I forget what you call them. I'm just calling them sunlight blockers. I put those in. So if I drive longer than an hour, I'm not fucking going in a public restroom. I'd rather fucking die. So, I mean, I'm just doing that, and then I'm shaking it out in the parking lot, and then I'm not even going to park there. I'm going to move to another spot. So that's what I do. That's how prepared and paranoid that I am all the time. So my suggestion to everybody is just put one in your car. No one has to know why. Just put it under your passenger seat. It's better to have it and not need it. And it's a water bottle. It's as long it's what, $2. Just go ahead. It's an investment. Okay.
Oh yeah. No, I got a Dixie cup that I just stick my dick into, and then I put my t-shirt, because I don't have tinted windows.
I know what you mean.
I don't got tinted windows, so I just cover my fucking cup and my cock with my t-shirt.
I know.
Nobody sees it.
I know exactly the trick that you're doing. I can visualize it exactly. Yeah. But
sometimes when I wear shorts, I can just stick my dick down the bottom of the shorts and put it in the piss cup. Well, because I've had to do that a lot, man. I drive a lot sometimes, and I gotta piss a lot depending on how much I drink. I usually average I gotta piss at least once an hour, but if I'm drinking a lot of liquids, sometimes I gotta go 3-4 times an hour.
Damn, Jesus Christ.
I've already been 3 times. We've only been streaming for an hour and 13 minutes, and I've already pissed 3 times.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the thing. It's what's happening to you is what happens to me if I drink beer. Beer makes me piss
it goes through
worse than anything.
Yeah.
Plain water doesn't go through me as fast as beer does. That's why when I drink, for whatever reason, I don't know why, I mean, I just drink vodka when I drink.
I
So
know I can't
yeah.
do it anymore. We talked about how I break body parts when I drink
Oh
vodka.
God, that sucks. I'm assuming what you're
Because
kind of
I
getting at is you don't know when to stop when you get
yeah.
that drunk.
Oh
Yeah.
no, I'm
Okay.
just wild. I have to force myself to drink like 12 shots an hour or something like that. Yeah.
Now, I want to tell you and everybody else the ghetto shit that I do. It's like, now, okay, so when I'm entertaining here, okay, I'll make like actual nice mixed drinks. But if it's just like a Friday night and I just want to put on headphones and listen to music, uh,
Yeah.
like, and I just want to make something dirty, like, I don't even mean that technically. When I want to make something easy, I'll just get some
Yeah.
like Monster or Red Bull and I'll just pour into any cup. I don't give a fuck what it is. I'll just pour it
Yeah.
into a cup and then I'll like pretty much put an equal amount of vodka in there and I'll just stir it with like a straw and I'll
Oh
just drink
God.
like Red Bull
Yeah.
flavored vodka until I'm, ready to go to bed.
Yeah.
But if I'm entertaining, if there's like people here, I'll actually go through the trouble of like
Yeah.
making actual like mixed drinks and a pretty good Bloody Mary and all that stuff. But if it's just me, man, I'm just doing Monster and vodka and listening to the same songs I've listened to a million times in my life, a million more times.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
so
Well, I'll let Spotify. Well, I try to let Spotify do Smart Shuffle. Do you have
yeah.
Spotify?
I don't use it as much as everything
Okay.
else. See, I'll tell you this. Well, you're not on a computer and it don't work the same. Okay,
Yeah.
on computer, uh, if you get Firefox and then you follow the steps correctly for all the ad blocking, you could just use YouTube because you'll never see any ads if you do it right. So when I listen
Okay.
to music, I just go on my MacBook here and I just open up Firefox because I have it set to where no fucking ads come in under any circumstances.
Oh
So
yeah.
I can just listen nonstop until YouTube
Oh,
fixes
okay.
it. I mean, I'm ad free on
Oh,
everything.
that's
Porn
awesome.
sites,
That's fucking awesome.
no pop
Yeah.
ups at porn sites. I have, as long as these goddamn sites don't fix it. Right now, you can't. I don't see any ad that I don't want to see. But
Yeah, dude.
that's
I
why I
wish
don't
I had
use
that shit.
Spotify because I'm
Yeah.
not paying for it and I'm not using.
Oh, okay.
that.
Yeah. No, see, I don't pay for it either. A friend has me on his family plan, so
Okay.
I don't have to listen to any commercials ever. Oh no, I would not be able to handle it if I had to listen to Spotify commercials because it's like every 5 minutes they got another fucking commercial.
No. Yeah. The thing that sucks is if I forget and I start listening to YouTube on the Safari browser, and then I remember it's like, oh, the fucking ad blocking doesn't work right on here anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's just like a little minor thing there.
Yeah,
I don't know how we got on this. Oh yeah, we got on this because we were
Yeah.
talking about drinking because you piss too much when you drink beer, but
Oh
you
yeah.
can't drink vodka because you'll just fall down and break a bunch of body parts.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because
that's
I go too hard, but maybe if I can find moderation. But see, my therapist doesn't want me to drink at all. But
no, of course not.
but
I want you on drugs, but not drink.
yeah, I know she wants me on pharmaceutical drugs, but no drink. But but like I think she kind of gave up because like I just went back to drinking every now and then.
Yeah.
And like I just told her, hey, it's what I want to do. So she doesn't push me on it anymore. Because if I'm just like, hey, I want to drink every once in a while. But I could say I'm like an alcoholic, but more like a binge drinker. I don't drink every day, but I like to drink, once to 3 times a week. I like that.
Okay.
But I like it. Like if I'm not drinking too much, if I only drink 4 or 5 beers, like I I don't feel like I have a problem, but my therapist is always like, "You're making excuses. You're excusing," and I'm like, "Whatever. I'll excuse all I want. Then I like to drink, so it's worth a couple excuses to have a couple drinks."
That's the thing. It's like everybody on earth that I know or have ever met, they have at least one crazy drinking story, and I really fucking don't. I don't
Oh,
have.
really? You
I don't
never got
have.
too drunk?
No, and I've gotten really tore up before, but I've never done anything wild and great. I'm going to tell you, this is how lame. This is my wildest story,
You
and
never pissed? You never pissed walking down the sidewalk with your dick hanging out and pissing
nope,
on the sidewalk? Oh, I've
no,
done
nothing
that.
like that. No,
I've done that.
no. The wildest thing that has ever happened has been here where I live right now. And this is how lame it is. This is the whole story. One time I got so drunk while I was listening to music on headphones that I ended up walking into my walk-in closet and I sat down on the floor and I fell asleep in my walk-in closet. So when I woke up that morning, I was like, where the fuck am I? God damn it. But once I realized what the fuck was going on, it was just funny. But that's literally the wildest thing that ever happened is I fell asleep in my walk-in closet and it terrified me the next morning. I'm like, I think I'm in a goddamn coffin.
Wow, you got off easy.
I got off real easy. Even as a kid getting drunk when, we all did it. You're like 15, 16 with your friends. I still don't have any. And I've always told people, it's like, I don't want to just make up stories to like make them up. I've got plenty of embarrassing bullshit that I can tell people all day long. I don't need to make up stuff.
Neither do I.
And yeah, I mean, I hung out with some friends around my age, and we drank a few times and like passed out, but none of us did anything stupid. We didn't like wake up hanging upside down in a tree or nothing. We just woke up like, oh God, how do adults do this shit? Jesus, we feel like garbage.
Yeah. On my 21st birthday, I lost the keys to my car, and I decided that it would be a good idea to try to jump kick my car windows in. And I jumped up and jump kicked and landed on the concrete on my face, of course. And then I passed out in an alley that was like a drainage alley that had like a drainage ditch in it. And I passed out there. And then I woke up and I called my hippie roommate from a payphone when they used to still have payphones.
Yeah.
And he picked me up. He was nice enough to pick me up. And like the next day I had a ticket on my car, and then I had to get a locksmith and get new keys made for my car because I lost my keys.
So you never did, like when you sobered up, it never like hit you as like, oh, I probably left my keys at this place or nothing.
No,
like that.
I couldn't remember. Well, I think I had to like climb over this fence. Yeah. Because I got stuck somewhere that had a fence, and I had to climb over this fence. And I think while I was climbing over the fence, I lost my keys.
Oh,
and I couldn't find it in the grass or anything, so I never looked. Yeah.
I tell you, I had a friend growing up, and thank God they are not a friend anymore. They trolled before there was internet trolls. I mean, this guy was just a never-ending troll from hell. And this is how psychotic of a fucking friend troll this guy was, and it's also a testament to how stupid we are as kids that we don't realize that people are fucking with you until you grow up a little bit and you reflect on a story, and then you go, you know what? I think I know what really happened. So I'm going to tell you this. It's not even that great of a story, but like I had this friend that if I went to go visit or something, there was a chance that this dude was going to pull some kind of prank that really would cross a line. and when I went there one time, it was like, you know, when you go just hang out with your buddies and then you hit that time where it's like, well, it's time to hit the dusty trail. You can just tell it's time to go. And like, well, it was time to hit the dusty trail, but I couldn't find my fucking car keys. And
Oh fuck.
so I'm looking for my car keys and I ain't got a clue. And this dude's helping me look for my car keys, yada, yada, yada. Uh, and, uh, and so we were looking for the keys, and this is how dumb I was as a kid. He was like, well, you know what? There's a chance that my youngest son, I thought I heard him, carrying something around that was jingling, and they were outside playing a little while. Like maybe we should look out there. And so we go out there and look, and basically at some point he points me. It's like, what if he threw them in the dumpster? So I go and I hop in this goddamn dumpster, and and after I get out, there they are on the ground. So what am I getting at? Like I said, you're a dumb kid. You're not putting two and two together like you would as an adult. So I get out of this dirty ass dumpster, and then my keys are right there, right by the dumpster.
Oh,
well,
fuck.
As an adult, you put together, okay, once your buddy got his laugh and got to see you climb in the dumpster looking for your fucking keys, then he decides that's like, okay, I've got to pull off my prank. I'm gonna throw him on the ground. So he finds his keys, and I've had my laugh, and yada yada yada, and that. Once as I grew up a little bit a few years later, and I started realizing this never ending string of pranks like that. Because I know it doesn't sound that bad, but it's a fucking nasty ass dumpster with broken glass and fucking nails and shit, and you're a retarded kid. Yeah, and you're a retarded kid that doesn't fucking know any better, so you're climbing around in that shit.
There weren't any crack babies in the dumpster?
There probably was. Well, actually, you just nailed it there. These were low income piece of shit apartments that I was visiting my friend at too. I mean, it was okay. Well, I'll put it to you like this: it's like I didn't know any better to live in fear of those places as a kid. I wouldn't have went to visit him now either way. But you have these friends that are like that you just got to end up cutting out your life permanently at one point or another. I couldn't I mean, the same son of a bitch was a cock blocker. So if I was like talking to a girl or something,
that pisses me off.
Yeah, he would do something to embarrass me. He's not even trying to cock block me to like get the chick. He's just cock blocking me. Period. There is a wrestler, CM Punk, used to describe one of his fellow friends that was like, he had a friend and he described him as like, this guy was too stupid to even try to like ride my coattails so he himself could get a little bit of fame, backdrafting off me. This guy was such a piece of shit. He just wanted to drag me down with him. And I had a few friends like that were like just garbage. And I'm so
I know.
Yeah. I'm so glad as an adult that I've gotten away.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, you learn to get away from those people that are just trying to destroy you just for a laugh and just
like never ending trolling. Just never ending trolling. There's no end game. No end game.
I had a friend like that from middle school that I don't talk to anymore, and he was just always the biggest dick, and his whole thing was like, well, I'm an asshole, but isn't it so funny? And I'm like, no, it's not funny at a certain point. You're just an asshole at a certain point. Being an asshole is not the height of comedy or anything. Like, you can be a funny asshole, but most of the time, if you're trying to destroy somebody, it's not funny. You're just a fucking asshole.
Yeah. Now there's pretty much the small town city I grew up in, even into adulthood, it was full of people kind of like that. You couldn't have anything. If you had something, people were jealous of you. If you had something, I mean, it didn't matter what it was. If you had a halfway nice car or something, people would, they would start the whisper campaign on you and be like, "Oh, look at him. He thinks he's better than everybody else because he drives a blah, blah, blah." Uh, you know,
Yeah. What's
it
up?
was a never ending like thing of that. So uh, I'm
Yeah.
s- I've pretty much gotten rid of everybody I used to know from like my old hometown. There's a few that pop up now and then in my fucking text messages.
Yeah.
But
See,
yeah, I don't entertain those conversations very long.
yeah, we have a comment from CB. I don't really
Okay.
understand CB, but CB says, I'm sorry for being rude, but he's what I haven't been watching. Sorry, guys. I don't know
Hmm.
what you're talking about, CB. Who's
Yeah.
who you haven't been watching? You haven't been watching me? You haven't been watching Harley? What are you talking about, CB?
I think what your friend's getting at is he hasn't been watching because he doesn't like me as a guest.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Just to
okay.
just
Yeah.
to
Oh,
point it
okay.
out.
Yeah. Probably because maybe CB saw your Twitter and doesn't like some of your viewpoints or whatever, your jokes.
It's
Because
fine.
you no, you make jokes that I understand that I don't get offended by, but like CB is very that's a Kamala supporter. So maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, everybody does their own thing. There's no hate
Yeah.
from here. Do what you
Yeah,
got to
no
do.
hate.
And
No
and
hate.
and I believe in free speech. I don't believe you have to like
Oh.
everybody anyway. So it's
Oh,
it's
okay.
all good.
Yeah.
It's all good. And
Okay, CB. Well, I hope you still watch my show anyway. Like, he's not on every week, CB. Like, yeah, okay, CB. Well, he's not on every week. So if you don't like my guest, I'm going to have him on like every other week. So next week, it'll be only me, CB. So if you just want to see me by myself, it'll be me next week. But I like to have him on. Yeah.
it's
Okay,
it's
have a
all
good night.
good, buddy.
Yeah.
It's all good.
No, I think they're getting offended just because like they don't like your politics. Maybe I don't know. I have no
It's
idea.
hard to say.
They want me to vote, but like, and I said that I was gonna vote at one point, so I kind of misled them because I was thinking about voting, but I've never voted my entire life, and I'm probably not gonna vote. So I'm also sorry, CB, because I'm probably not gonna vote. Ah. But that's like 70% of America. I think they said like 70% of the citizens don't vote. There's only like 30% people that vote. Or something like that.
Yeah, you just have to be motivated one way or the other. Like, typically it's either because you really support one of the candidates, like they
I
they
don't
just
support either because I think they're both fucking puppets full of straw and bullshit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or the other way, there's one that terrifies the ever loving shit out of you, so you're gonna vote just to like do your part to like keep somebody out, which I can see that too. So you do what you want to do, vote or don't want to
Yeah.
vote. It's all your personal
Yeah.
decision there. Uh,
No, but don't worry, dude. I'm still gonna have you on, even if he or she doesn't like you. That's okay. That's just one person. Like I still like you, CB, if you're still watching. But like, whatever. Like, I wish you wouldn't get so upset over people's political opinions. I
yeah,
think it's all because you support Trump and she doesn't. But like, it's so weird. I don't care either way. That's why I put on my Twitter like a week ago. I'm like, I like people from both parties. Like,
yeah,
I'm a non-party. But I can be friends with Trump supporters. I can be friends with Kamala supporters as long as they're not dicks to me. I just care about how people treat me
yeah,
because I'm a selfish narcissist and I only care about me. So
yeah.
if they treat me nice, I don't care.
No, that's all good. No, yeah, in real life or whatever, I don't. I don't get into it with people in real life. All I
Yeah.
really care about is like, do I get along with you in
I
real
think
life?
that's why,
So,
yeah, I think that's why they don't want to watch it because you support Trump. And I think that's not whatever. It is whatever it is.
yeah, it's
I
whatever
don't
it
agree.
is.
I don't
I'm
agree.
obviously not going to like
I don't
switch
agree.
allegiances
I
because of
don't
the
agree.
internet,
Oh
but
yeah, no, you're not going to. Like, but I don't agree with it. Like, I think it's perfectly fine for CB to support Kamala. I think it's perfectly fine for you to support Trump. I don't care either way. Ah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's all good.
I support me. Like, I like living as me. And I like looking at fucking like 23-year-old Asian chicks with hairy pussies fucking rubbing one out. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah. So like, yeah, all I tell people is like, and I don't even really get into
You're not
this
even
in the
that
real world.
political. You're not even that
Not really.
political. You no, you aren't.
Mine is this simple. It's like I don't like anything woke. I don't like virtue signaling.
Yeah.
If it, to me, you're broken inside if you're supporting all this woke ideology.
Yeah, no, I don't
It
like that
does no
shit either.
benefit for anybody. I don't believe in, you know, me being forced to pay taxes for stuff that I don't agree with. I don't believe that we should be paying any taxes at all for anything because of no taxation without representation. I believe in
Yeah.
small government. I don't believe the government should be in, my business over real,
Oh yeah.
anything.
Me too.
So it pretty much, it's like I say, my sum it up is like 7 out of 10 ideas I lean red on, and like 3 out of 10 I lean blue on. But I'm sorry to say, it's like those three things that I agree with the blue on aren't really that important to me. you know it's like, if I could just hit a magic button, like for example, like abortion, I'd just, it'd just be legal. It'd just be legal and free. Who cares? To me,
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. But
Yeah.
it's just not how it works. It's like, that's the topic. It's one of the topics on the blue side that I agree with, but it's a hot button issue on the red side as well, and they like to go the other direction. I'm a moderate, but I mostly vote Republican because I believe in more of their stuff.
Yeah.
Now, I could explain it in a ton of detail, but it wouldn't matter because all anyone that's going to hear is they don't vote the way I vote, so they're unhinged, they're a lunatic, blah 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 blah. Uh, so that's just the world we live in. If you vote red, you're a lunatic to someone on the left. If you vote, if you vote the other way, you're a lunatic to the other people. It's just how the world is.
Oh yeah.
People, it's
Oh no, I
not
know.
fun.
Oh, I know. Oh, I know. Like I get it from both sides because both sides are like, you're the problem, Matt, because you don't vote. Because I don't vote, they get angry with me. So I get it. Yeah. They get
Yeah.
angry with you no matter what. That's why like I don't like to get into politics, but I do talk about it sometimes on my show or my cast because it's what's going on in the world, just like the last night's debate. And I can't believe how the mainstream media is trying to spin it that Kamala did a better job when she did not. She sucked. She was annoying. I didn't want to listen to her. And it fucking was like so irritating the entire debate that I was like, shut the fuck up, Kamala. Like, at least Trump, even though I don't support either, but at least Trump can speak and not be annoying. She can't speak without being annoying. She's annoying.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing that's like really, okay, like if somebody wanted to like swing somebody to vote blue, it's like we got to understand your policies and they got to make sense. And that's one of the things that the people that wear the blue ties can't seem to do. They can't seem to explain in calm, reasonable detail, like how me, a middle class person, should vote for them this go around. as opposed to a red tie, because I'm not seeing any benefit. All I'm seeing is like, okay, so we're going to tax everybody different, and I'm going to get taxed more. So I'm not even going to be middle class before long. I'm going to be lower class if the wrong blue person gets in charge, because they're going to start taxing this, that, this, that, this, that. And plus my taxes are going to go toward things that I don't support, like, underage gender reassignment surgeries.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, so my taxes are going to go up, and they're going to go towards stuff that I don't support anyway. So what? You're just giving me reasons not to vote for you. And they don't believe in your right to like protect yourself in your own home. Like I said, I own a lot of guns. I know that turns a lot of people off, but you know what? I want it to turn a lot of people off, because I don't want you to come fucking visit me, so I don't have to blow your fucking head off.
Yeah.
So that's
well, I'm always worried about either side passing blasphemy laws.
Yeah.
Because like then you can't make jokes. Like I'm like not a Christian or not a Buddhist or not a like Jewish person or not Muslim. So if I want to make jokes about any of them, I should be able to make jokes about their religion. I should make jokes about my own beliefs too. Like I mean, what the fuck? Like they want to pass blasphemy laws, both sides basically, different blasphemy laws, but both sides basically want to say you can't say shit about different religions. I don't like that shit.
Yeah, it's freedom of speech can come under attack from a lot of different.
Yeah, the whole internet age has changed the discussion on freedom of speech, because they say, oh, well, you can say that at IRL, but you can't say it on Twitter or Facebook. They have their terms of service. So you still have free speech, but terms of service.
Yeah. That one's a rough one too, because like, on one hand, if you really want to dig deep into it, it's like, if you're an advertiser, do you want your advertisement on a page where somebody's saying something that's offensive to a whole lot of people? So I kind of see that. But at the same time, I don't believe you should censor someone. It's a mess. There is no perfect way, to like mitigate every side. You can just that's the thing. It's like that's why
it went too crazy with the digital age. The digital age blurred the lines of everything.
To me, it's just like, it's a good thing Elon Musk has Twitter, because you have more free speech on Twitter than you do anywhere else. There's still some restrictions and whatnot. I mean, there is post suppression and whatnot if you use certain hateful words, but at least you know it, because they put the warning up. It's not like old Twitter would like suppress you, and you wouldn't really know unless you had like a backup account, and you logged into a backup account on another device and went looking for your own shit, and then like, I can't even find my shit.
Like you told me, I think I'm shadow banned from back in the day at Twitter, and I'm still shadow banned. Yeah. Just because I make jokes. Well, and because I criticize the power structure. I talk about things like the Federal Reserve that most people don't talk about. So they don't like that. They don't like it when you talk about real life.
I mean, the old one really, really didn't. The new one, the jury's out. I guess it would just depend on like the context of how you're talking about it or whatever. But
I'm shadow banned, right? You said like when you were trying to type in my name, it was like I was shadow banned.
Yeah, I mean, that was at least the last time. Like, you had to the easiest test to see if you're shadow banned is like, just make like an extra account and then go look for your real account on your new account. And don't add yourself as like a friend or a follower or anything like that. So if your name is like Abraham Milk Bunny or whatever, so that's your real account, Abraham Milk Bunny. So
Yeah.
you go into your new account and then you start to look for Abraham Milk Bunny. If you pretty much have to spell your name, the entire name out, you're shadow banned. If you can get just a few letters into your name and it pulls up your account, you're probably not, especially if you've created like a really unique username for yourself. Like like I'm saying, if you're like Lasertron Abraham Floopa Doopa Floopa Doopa, just something that absolutely no one else would have thought of, then if you have to type out the whole goddamn name to find you, then you're shadow banned.
Yeah,
but if you can just get a few letters in and it's a unique username, then you're not.
That's how I found out from you. Is like because you're like, oh, I think you're shadow banned because you had to type in my whole name.
Yeah, I mean that's how it appeared to me last time, and because I'm following you, that made it even weirder. It can get pretty deep, but they seem to like, I don't know. It's like they don't like tell you, of course, that you are or you're not, but they do seem to like they do seem to loosen up every now and then on those shadow bans, and they'll just mysteriously unshadow ban a bunch of people, and then they'll shadow ban you again, and then they'll unshadow ban.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he didn't call it that exactly, but he went into a little bit of detail one time, I believe.
Freedom of speech, but not freedom of reach.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. So
freedom of speech, but not freedom of reach.
And if that means the same thing like today as it did then, it might just be per post. Like like if you make a really naughty post, right? Like it's just really, out there and offensive to a lot of people. That one,
I don't think I
more
do
than
that
like
much.
Yeah, because like you can go on there and you'll see someone tweet, right? And you're like, and you're interested in seeing what the replies look like. So you start to scroll through there. And then you hit that first wall. That first wall is usually the one that says it's the blue link that says view probable spam.
Oh
and
yeah,
you click that one. So that's
shit.
that's the first layer. The second layer is when you scroll through all the view probable spam, because you'll find out that most of it is not spam. It's just, it's just regular people voicing their opinions, but none of them have a blue check mark. That's step one. But
now it's pay to play. Like,
well, it is a little bit. It is
like
a little
if
bit.
I would pay the $9 or $22 a month, they would let me play.
Yeah. But what I was going to tell you is the final step is the bad one. It's the one that's like the gray link. It says it's view additional posts which may contain offensive content, and that's where your shit goes to die, because most people are not scrolling through all that shit to see your stuff. So what I'm getting at is this: make a test post somewhere on like a celebrity. It'll work best on a celebrity. Like, go to like The Rock's Twitter and just post something like, hey, that's a great picture, The Rock, and get out of that account, go into another browser, open it under a new username, and then go look and see if you can't find your post under The Rock's account. And if you are a shadow man, you will never find it. It is buried in hell.
Wow. Yeah, that's bullshit.
That's just how it works. That's the thing. It's the best of all of them. So
I got shadow banned a long time ago because I've always done offensive posts in the past. Not nowadays, but in the past I used to say offensive shit all the time.
Yeah. Oh,
But offensive shit is just whatever offends a certain individual. Like, depending on what you get offended by, it varies. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, it varies by
I mean, it's so
person, of
stupid.
course.
Yeah.
It varies by person,
Well,
of course, because everybody's different.
an angry black motherfucker from Chicago is gonna get angry about everything.
Yeah.
But like, if you're just like a Filipino that just moved to California, you probably don't care. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and then you can play ultra safe, right? And you can make an account, and you can do your best to not be offensive to anybody, and that's not going to work either, because you're just not going to make any friends
Yeah.
or followers at all. So
Well,
you
yeah.
can't win. There's no win. It's like you pretty much, you just either don't play, or you gotta kind of pick a side a little
Yeah.
bit. In this day and age right now, it's like, if you want to make a lot of friends on the left, then you've got Facebook and Instagram and everything else that are really, really friendly to the language of the left. And
Yeah.
the only one that is
Ugh.
slightly favorable to the right is Twitter, and then all the other, the Rumble and Telegram and that other stuff that doesn't even really count because nobody uses it.
Yeah.
So
Well,
yeah, I mean,
fucking Rumble. I love Rumble. I use Rumble.
no, I mean, Rumble's got more users now, but it used to be trash.
Yeah.
It used to have like no shows on it at all, and
Well,
like,
Rumble works way better than fucking Oh My Odyssey, or
oh
fucking
yeah,
Shit Shoot. Shit Shoot and Odyssey are worse.
yeah. So yeah. No, you just gotta learn where you gotta play. Like, if you're gonna try to attract a left leaning audience, there's no point in going on Rumble, unless you're just doing it as an extra channel. Like, what I'm saying is your primary account. Like,
Yeah.
if your goal is to not be a regular civilian, right? You're like, I'm going to become an entertainer, and I'm going to entertain people, and I'm going to be rich and powerful. Okay, what lane
Yeah.
are you going to go into? Are you going to lean left? Well, if you're going to lean left, then you're going to have to play by the left's rules, and you're going to pretty much just need to use primarily YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. You're going to want to use those primarily. You want to use everything, but those need to be the ones that you really use and you really try to work. You're not going to get a lot of friends and fans on Rumble if you lean left. You may as well have a Rumble channel just to have it because it's fucking free, but don't expect to make any money on it. Now, if you lean center or to the right, then you want to learn to play the game on Twitter.
I probably would. Yeah, no, I probably would go on Rumble because I lean towards the conservative values because I grew up in Indiana, and so I lean towards conservative. But I'm not political. But if you would say values, I lean towards the right. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all over the map. I mean, it's just easier for me to just say I'm a centrist, but I pretty much vote Republican.
Yeah.
Because it's too complicated. If I'm wanting to be like totally honest to a person,
I don't
because
vote
people
at all,
really
so
want,
I vote not at all.
Yeah, they really want to label you though, one way or the other. It's like, oh, I have to call you a liberal, or I have to call you a conservative.
I know. I'm sure some people label me as liberal or conservative. I think people can label me either. They'd be like, oh, he's liberal or he's conservative, because they can't tell, because I'm not like hard on anything. Like, I just think people should live and try to get along and enjoy each other. Like, I don't care either way. Yeah.
And that's where I live because I want to be around more like-minded people. If I wanted to live somewhere liberal, I would move to California and be around that stuff. And
Yeah.
I don't want to live there. I hate that trash state for a billion reasons. There's no jobs. It's expensive. It's criminal
Yeah.
oriented. If you're a legal if you're a legal human, then you will go bankrupt trying to
Yeah.
live there. You can't afford a house. You'll only rent. Rent is astronomical. There's absolutely no logical reason for someone to want to live out there unless you are just already rich. Like if you're some young kid, like when we got out of high school, like if you were some young kid that's like trying to be a movie star, you can't do that anymore. Like that was a pipe dream when I was a little kid, that, you know, people would get on a bus and go to California and they'd get a job waiting tables, hoping to wait the table that Robert De Niro is eating at, so you can like throw a script in his lap and maybe you get a movie deal. That era is over. You know?
Oh yeah, that's the most. The majority of the people living out there are the rich kids that are living off Daddy Warbucks money. It's little Annie orphan living off Daddy Warbucks money, going, the sun will come out every day when Daddy waves his cock. I'm not gay, 'cause I'm Annie.
Yeah. But yeah. All right. Well, we've made it 2 hours, so hopefully if anyone watched this shit show, you got some entertainment out of it. And I'm sure I'll be on sometime in the future. If you like seeing me, you'll see me in the future. If you didn't like seeing me, the nightmare will continue somewhere down the road.
Well, you don't get to end the show. I'm going to play music and you can leave if you want to.
Okay. I'm going to have to go though. I'm going to go over to Pat.
Okay. Run on, buddy.
All right, we'll talk to you later, okay?
You have a good
great
night.
one, bud. Yeah.
All right, thank you for joining. Have a good night.
Yeah, you too.
All right, that was the infamous Dr. Harley Quinn. Okay, we're trying to get the mic to work. If we have the mic working. Okay, we got it working, I think. Yep, the audio's still working. So we can still do a song. That was at Dr. Harley Quinn on the Twitters. Watch him anytime. We're going to play you a song now. So you get musical entertainments. 'Cause it's what you expect, motherfucker. I got saggy balls. I got gray hairs on my testicles. Whoa. I'm growing old. And on my saggy sacks there is some mold. Whoa. Saggy, saggy balls. Saggy, saggy mold. Saggy, saggy balls. Gray hairs getting old. the glowing mold. My gray hair shines so bold. My gray hairs on my saggy balls. Thank you for watching. Have a good week, everybody. See you next week. Or like I said, I may start doing casts more than once a week. So I'll see you more than once a week. If I see you more than once a week, thank you for watching. Be sure to give thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe. Have a good night. Take care.
MonoCast, yeah, MonoCast, blessed ass, yeah, real fast. MonoCast, blessed ass, smoke some grass in the gas. I don't care what you do, long as you're filled with goo. MonoCast, blessed ass, smoke some grass in the past. I don't care what you do, long as you're filled with goo. MonoCast, yeah, MonoCast, blessed ass, yeah, real fast. MonoCast, blessed ass, smoke some grass in the gas. I don't care what you do, long as you're filled with goo.
Yay! See you next week. Have a great week. See you next Wednesday. Or I'll be doing it again on Friday.